There's a few things that you're going to see in your partner to know that he or she is a narcissist. I was inspired by the Bat Wolf's video right here that you should go check out. Go over to his page and watch this video. But he talks about the things that a narcissist will do in his spare time. And I definitely saw this in my relationship with my narcissist. So if you're seeing this with your partner and there's some toxic behavior going on, gaslighting, blame shifting, basically DARVO. And if you don't know what that is, I'll pin a little sticker right down here so that you can see what DARVO is. But if he's employing these techniques with you and he's also doing these things in his spare time, there's a really good chance that you're with a narcissist. Number one is they look at a lot of porn, and they're looking at a lot of porn because they live in a fantasy world, they live in delusion. They look at you in a delusional light. They expect you to be this version of yourself that doesn't exist, that they've created in their mind, which is why they get so irate with you and why they disconnect from you and why they abuse you, because you're not living up to this definition, delusional image that they have of you in their mind. So looking at a lot of porn is a way to engage in a delusional fantasy world of what women are, and also to get their needs met without having to obviously employ any sort of emotional intelligence. The next thing that he talks about that narcissists do are always on social media trolling for new supply. Some of the signs I saw in my relationship of this are them liking photos, them liking other women's Instagram posts, them commenting with women. I saw him posting a lot to try to get attention. He would post thirst traps, and then random women would come out of nowhere and make heart eye emoji comments, and he would engage with them back and forth. And this was while he was my boyfriend. This is out of pocket. You should not be tolerating this in your relationship. I did tolerate it in mine because I was delusional, and he had primed me and prepared me to put up with that and had tried to make me feel like I was insecure for having a sort of issue about it. Don't let them do that to you, because you are exactly appropriate in your response at being mad at this, because what this is them trolling around looking for supply. As Batwolf says, like, they're always, especially like the very covert narcissists that have been narcissists for a really long time, this is something that they habitually do and need to do. They're always trolling and looking for supply, and social media is the perfect fertile field, if you will, for them to find supply. The next thing that he said was that they will often be on dating apps. They'll be on different apps, hooking up with people. They're constantly cheating. They're constantly hooking up with people, whether that's exes, whether that's old friends, whether that's random people that they meet at bars. They're constantly hooking up and cheating on you behind your back, and dating apps are a way for them to garner that supply so that they can cheat on you. Also, another thing I noticed in my relationship is he would go out without me. He would go to bars alone or music shows alone. I'm sorry, but if your partner is doing that, they're up to no good. I don't care what anyone says, because if you're in a good, healthy relationship, you want to spend time with your partner and you want to honor your partner, and you're not going to go to bars and clubs and places where other women or men are going to be hitting on you and putting you in harm's way or putting you in a temptation situation. You're going to try to be loyal to your partner. You want to create safety for your partner, and you're not going to bars to pick up on other people. My partner would say that he was going to listen to live music, but in reality, they're going to go find new supply so that they can cheat on you. And it's so disgusting, but this is actually how it works. The last thing that Batwolf said that narcissists do in their spare time is feed into their addiction. Almost every narcissist I know has some sort of addiction. My narcissist was an alcoholic, but I know my friend's ex was a tobacco chewer. He always had to have chew. Then that escalated to weed, and then to more chemicals as their relationship progressed. But you will see your narcissist totally engaging in their addiction. And as Batwolf says, that's because they need a way to numb themselves. They need a way to distract themselves when they're not getting supply. They're totally fueled by supply. They're fueled by outside relationships and flings and liaisons to feed their delusional sense of self and their ego. And so when they don't have that, when they have to be alone with themselves, when they have to have downtime with themselves, they quite literally engage in their addictions. And what I noticed with my ex was, even when I was present, a whole ass divine feminine there to support him, love him, be a person for him that could help him through his life and support him, he still would get wasted all the time and just drink the weekends away, even with a whole ass person sitting next to him, because the connection that you think you have with them, they don't look at you that way. They don't have a connection with you. They're not relying on you the way that you would with a partner or with a love connection, where you rely on that person to help you, and that connection drives you to, it gives you strength to move forward and like face your life and face hardships and just have a good time. You are merely just an accessory sitting next to them to feed their ego, but they're still left with themselves, their miserable selves. And so in order to live with that and sit in that, they have to engage in their addictions. So those are the things that narcissists will do in their spare time. And like I said earlier in my video, if your partner is doing this and he's also employing DARVO, there's a good chance you're with a narcissist.